Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has rejected Hamas's terms for the release of hostages, which included an end to the war and the withdrawal of Israeli troops from the Gaza Strip. Relatives of the Israeli hostages burst into a parliament meeting yelling, "Get up from your chairs," demanding they do more to help their loved ones. The protest comes after the Israeli government announced the death of another hostage. Let's bring in Gershon Baskin. He is the founder and director of the Israeli-Palestinian Public Policy Institute and has extensive experience in hostage negotiations. Gershon, good to be with you today. As you know, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has dismissed the conditions that Hamas put forth for the release of the remaining hostages. What do you think of those conditions, and what is the path forward?
There is only one way to bring all the remaining hostages in Gaza held by Hamas back home to Israel alive, those who are still alive, and that's through an agreement with Hamas. But I think that the importance of bringing the hostages home is so much overriding everything else that it has to be done. The war effort, the dismantling of Hamas's military capabilities and its ability to govern can wait. The hostages cannot wait. They are being killed every single day.
Gershon, earlier today, the families of hostages held by Hamas burst into the Knesset, demanding Israeli lawmakers do more to bring their loved ones home. What kind of impact do you think these type of protests have, if any?
I think it's beginning to have an impact on Israeli society, but not big enough and not fast enough. And this is the danger that we're in, because it took 5 years to bring the Israeli soldier Gilad Shalit home. When a deal was on the table 6 months after he was abducted. We're now 108 days into this war. We know from hostages who have come home how difficult their conditions were, how life-threatening they are. We also know that of the 136 hostages being held by Hamas, there are probably only around 95 of them still alive, and those include senior citizens, elderly people, sick and wounded. There's still 2 infants who we believe are being held, and a group of young women between the ages of 20 to 30 who Israel believes have been very badly sexually abused. There is no victory for Israel in this war if the hostages are not brought home, and this is the point that we have to continue to make to the government in Israel. They have to compromise on the immediate needs to defeat Hamas militarily and bring the hostages home and continue the war effort as they wish afterwards. But first, the hostages have to come home.
Yeah, and you know about this oh so well. I mean, you worked on getting Israeli hostages released. Do you think the hostages in Gaza, do you think they will ever be freed?
I have to be optimistic. I have to believe that the morality, there's a moral responsibility of the government of Israel to bring these people home, and I have to believe that that moral calling, coupled with the belief in the Jewish faith that the return of prisoners, of hostages, is one of the most important commandments within the Jewish religion, that this will also have its impact on the government making, on the decision making of the Israeli government. It has to. These people, the families of the hostages, are on the streets every day in front of the ministers' homes, in front of the Knesset, in front of the Prime Minister's home. All of us are walking around with these yellow badges, reminding us of the yellow ribbon around the old oak trees, or carrying these discs that say on it, my heart is broken and captive in Gaza. People all over the country are coming out with these symbols calling on the government, and I have to be optimistic that this can be done. I know in my communication with the Qataris and the Egyptians and with Hamas over the last 2 weeks that a deal which includes an end to the war, an Israeli withdrawal, and an exchange of all for all is doable, is acceptable to Hamas, and we can bring these people home.
Gershon, thank you so much for your insights. Always appreciate it.
Thank you.